Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. As we continue on our little farm activity, we just got done making the pig house, and now we're on to making the gobbler farm. I went ahead and recreated it just so, obviously, if you watched the previous video, you know how to make this as well. Essentially, what I've done was I went in and created a little tiny little gobbler trap by using fences and one single door, placing inside of it a berry, much like I did with the pig. The problem with the berry, though, is it's not going to last forever. Essentially, this berry is going to spoil, and as such, the gobblers are no longer going to be interested. From there, I went ahead and I've placed my berry bushes from essentially digging them up around the world. So using a shovel, you can go and dig up any berry bush and replant it. But after doing so, you do need to get poop. So if you had a chance to watch my video on how to get endless amounts of poop, you can then do so by getting poop and or rot and basically fertilizing your berry bushes. So step A, make yourself your little contraption, place your berry in the middle of it, close the door, walk out, put your bushes all the way around, and then fertilize your bushes. Next step is waiting for your bushes to actually develop berries, which takes a few days, essentially 4 to 5 days. Once it eventually does that, then you're ready to go. Now, remember, when it comes to gobblers, you do not want to be picking up your berries other than during the day, and there's a reason for this. Gobblers get scared at dusk, and they get scared at nighttime. So if you decide that you want to go ahead and pick them up during dusk or nighttime, the gobblers are going to immediately run right back in the bush, and you're basically going to be not obviously attracting any gobblers. But if you decide to do it during the day and you do get lucky and get a gobbler, well, you're going to be able to actually go ahead and successfully trap a gobbler by obviously making it trigger and walk towards the berry that's on the ground. So as we do this, we're going to keep picking more and more berry bushes. These ones were spawned in, and that's why they're overlapping as such, because I wanted to showcase it easy for this video. But now we have our gobblers that are trying to go for the berries. And all we got to do is essentially walk up to them, and gobblers have only 50 HP, so we can use pretty much anything. 1, 2, and you can get basically a single swing in, and they're not going to do anything but stand there. And now you get gobbler drumsticks from essentially just, sitting around and waiting. And of course, what you can do is, if you want to, you can take, the fresh berries that you have obviously from your fresh little berry bush and keep replenishing that. Now, this is one of these things where I probably would only recommend doing this temporarily. Eventually down the road, you're going to want to get yourself one of the best recipes in the game for making a gobbler trap, and that's none other than the powder cake. If you don't know how to make a powder cake, I have made a video on it previously, but a powder cake requires a little piece of corn, and then you're all ready to go, and this thing will last you 1,000,000 days. Not really, though. It'll last about almost 10,000 days. Specifically, this is used for trapping any type of gobbler and other animals that decide to go after it, like pigs and such. But nonetheless, here we go. Now we have our powder cake in there, which of course, like I said, if you want to watch how to actually make a powder cake and get a powder cake, you can watch that in another video. But for now, for a beginner side of things, I would stick with just berries. Berries are easy to come by, and essentially one cost of one berry, and if you do this continuously, you can come up ahead with a ton of berries and a ton of easy food quite quickly. So plopping down a berry every now and then is not a big deal. You can use other foods, but I think berries are probably the easiest to come by, and that is exactly why I decided to use that for my gobbler farm. And of course, you can make this as big as you want, or as small as you want, or as fancy as you want, and all that other stuff, but nonetheless, this will get you a ton of gobblers to running around your farm, so feel free to use what I've done here, or manipulate it any which way you want. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you like and leave a comment. And one other thing I want to mention is it's probably not the best idea to have your pig houses next to your gobbler farm. I'm just showcasing this because obviously this is what I set up in the previous video, and here we are now. We have one more setup to do for another little farm that I'm going to work on, but nonetheless, I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.